Good Tuesday morning. It was a long weekend, so I have a few extra sales than normal. I have 8 or 9 things going out this morning, so we have to go find everything and start packing it up. Now from the closet, I sold this. Whoops, I sold this Fenway replica. A couple of movies, Yours, Mine, and Ours. North by Northwest. Right here. All right, out here in our tote section, we have a few things. We have a Grumpy Cat plush in here. We have this little guy. He's so cute. We have the big Tsum Tsum set sold. This one right here. So I'm saying goodbye to my Tsum Tsum boutique. And we sold another set of those Flintstone figures. We sold some, sorry, I can't see. I sold some last week. And there's supposedly, here it is, another set right here. Also out of here, we sold a McDonald's Operation game. And we also sold this Magic Kingdom board game. And we also have an Anna plush that is in here. Here she is. The holiday version of Anna. Okay, we have quite the pile, huh? Let's start with the easy stuff first. We have such a pile going on. So let's do the 2 DVDs first because those are simple. My new eBay DVD bags came in. So first up we have the Yours, Mine, and Ours. And that sold for a whopping $5.99 with free shipping. And then we'll also do the North by Northwest. And this one also sold for $5.99 with free shipping. Okay, there are those 2 things. Now, the next easiest one will be this little guy, Grumpy the little cat. This sold for $9.99 with free shipping. So we'll get that little guy off to his new home. These are all very quick and easy. We'll do this Operation game. I'll do this one. I'll put a quick layer of bubble wrap around it. It should be fine in the mail, but a little bit on there. Give it a little protection. Because he has little arms and stuff hanging off of him. So next up we'll do these little PVC Flintstone characters. I'm pretty sure these are the ones I wanted. Wrap these guys up. Get them all nice and protected. These are old figures from my childhood. These are actually from John's childhood, but I'm sure I had them too. Moving right along. The ones that are going to be more work are these ones down here. So, trying to get these guys wrapped up nice and quick. Alright, Anna. You know, normally I would use a poly for her, but she'll just fit in this. Yep, she does. If my buyer is watching this, don't judge me on my taping, okay? I don't know what's going on. And we're gonna wrap up this Fenway Park model. And it can go in my 6x4x4 box, I'm pretty sure. How much room do I have? Plenty of wiggle room. So I'm going to just go around the base and use that as my guide. That. Then I'll tape the bottom up. Be careful not to get any tape on the actual figure. Okay, now I'm going to stick this all around in here. Kind of like this. Then take one more to wrap over the top. Like this. Okay. Now let's see if it'll fit. Perfect. We'll put a little tissue paper in there. I got some eBay holiday tissue paper. Using my supplies code. There we go. Plop that right there. And voila. Nice and safe. Now this is going to Chile, using eBay International Standard Delivery. But, yeah, so it's going to be a priority going to the warehouse. So let's see if it'll fit. I don't know if it's short enough. Oh, it does. I can shrink this down and it'll fit in here. So that's what I'll do. I'll shrink it down. Avalanche. My box is just all over. Let's bubble wrap our box here. Let's see. Is 3 enough? Should I gone with 4? Nope, 3 is enough. There we go. Okay, sweet. So for my box, what I did was my trick where I cut the box down. So I measure down each side and mark it on the box. Then I cut each fold, you know, on the side where it really should be folding. So I cut down there. And then what I do is I go around all long sides of the box and score them with my box cutter so that they all meet on the edges. They are, they're all the same side and they bend easier when it's time to close up the box. So we'll put a little bubble wrap in here so that I'm not taping on the box. It's a nice sound, huh? And I guess technically I don't really have to tape it, but maybe I won't. But I will put this bubble wrap. Maybe I'll tape the outside of this one. I'll add this one in here though. Boop, boop, boop. Sides. Put that over. I love Tsum Tsums. I kind of miss them. We collected them for a long time. We started off collecting the plush we really liked. We have a bunch of those, but then they came out so fast that we couldn't keep up. So we stopped collecting the plush and we were collecting these little vinyl figures that come with this set here. And we really liked that, but they started coming out with those too quick that we couldn't find them all. So, needless to say, we stopped collecting. But then we found this set at Toys R Us back on clearance, back when Toys R Us was closing here in the US. And we bought it because it was on clearance. And we had it just sitting on our shelf. We're like, oh, we're going to open that. We're going to set it up nice. And we never did. We're like, why not? Let's just sell it. It's just taking up room on a shelf. It's not even being displayed properly. There's probably people out there who would really enjoy having it. So. Now this box is going to chili, like I said, so it is going to be thrown around and everything. So I want to make sure that it has plenty of padding around the edges of this so that it is safe, because I'm afraid that it might get ruined. Then okay, now I'm going to fold it over. Yes. Nah. There we go. Yeah. We'll just double check the weight. Perfect. 2 pounds. The Disney board game. We have this. Now, I'm going to check to see how I have it packaged inside. Let's see here. Pretty good, honestly. I think I'm just going to wrap these guys. I'm going to put Donald and Mickey, wrap them up. So here we go. There's Donald and Mickey wrapped up nice. I feel like I should put these in a bag too. I don't think I have to, but... And I don't have any smaller bags, so this big old honking freezer bag will have to do. But maybe I could put these in here as well, along with this. And then it'll make it be a little bit more purposeful as to why I have such a big bag. So I put them right in there. That way everything is protected. Okay. So everything in there looks like it's good to go. Now I'm going to put my elastic back on here. Please don't break. Please. Please don't break. You went on there the first time. Okay, there we go. Okay. So that looks good. Now, this game, this sold for $25 plus USPS priority mail shipping. I don't have a reason to use these very often, but I have these large game board flat rate boxes. Most of the time, I don't need these. I think I've only used one once. But we're going to use it today for this. It's even bigger than what I need, and I'm going to trim down the box a little. It's not quite as big. If I put this in here, look how much room I have. It's in there. You can't even see it. It's crazy. So I can chop down a good amount here. Let's see, the flaps are 8 centimeters. So there we go. I plan on raising the camera, by the way. I just haven't got to it yet. Okay, so I need 8 centimeters past this box. So I'm just going to put the ruler there. I'm going to mark 8 centimeters here. 8 centimeters here. Cut a straight line. Then flip it over, do the same thing. Put this on the end. Measure my 8 centimeters from the box. Right there. And right here. And very carefully cut a straight line. Now I have to connect the 2 sides right here, which is always a little more tricky. The angle isn't as easy to cut. I have to measure 8 centimeters again. I should have just marked it, but I didn't. So I know how far to cut. I just need to do it one on either side. I didn't score the inside. See how it can really mess with you if you don't score the inside. There we go. Okay, now that that is set, because I have plenty of room in that box to bubble wrap this, and it'll still fit thickness wise. So we'll cover that up. Make it safe. This is going all the way to California, so it's going to take a little while. I mean, I guess this is kind of based on the California Disneyland anyway, but not really, but kind of. I don't know. Looks like it's Disneyland on the cover, but I thought that some of the pieces on the inside were Disney World, but maybe they aren't. Entrance. Oh, I guess this is Disneyland. It just says Magic Kingdom. I think it's just so that it can be sold at both properties when they sold it, but sure looks just like Disneyland to me. Maybe they thought Magic Kingdom sounded better for a board game name than Disneyland game. I don't know. I really wish I had time to play this, but we didn't list it that long ago. There's so many things we come across that I want. There's so many things we come across that I want to try, but then they sell too quick. Which is not, I'm not complaining. It's just, I wish I could have had a chance to play this. And there was also a movie that we had that I already sold that I was hoping to watch, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. That got folded under. Oh well. I didn't get a chance to watch it, and we sold it. So, I'm going to have to find it online somewhere. Maybe it's streaming somewhere. I could find it and watch it there. I don't know. This is coming together quite nice, honestly. I didn't know how these 2 big ones were going to go. You can see that these take up most of the time. So it takes a while to ship out things when they're all like big, bulky items like this. Get in there. Whoop. Here we go. Now we'll fold these up like so. Now that one is uneven cut, so look at that on the bottom. There. Look at that. It looks like it was made this size almost. Now, I believe I've said this in another video, but if I haven't, or if you missed it, or this is your first video, I don't know. You can change the sizing of these priority boxes as long as you are still using the same priority service. So, like if you're using a priority box, you can change the sizes of that box to fit your item, as long as you still use that particular service. So like, I changed this, but I still have to use the large flat rate service to send this. Like a priority box, you can't like make it smaller and then try to use it for first class, you know? I mean, there are people who do, but it's not what you're supposed to do. It's against the terms of service, and you can get in trouble if they catch you. So there we go. Everything is all packaged up. I'm going to print off my labels and put these out for the mail. Good Wednesday morning. We have two things to package up this morning. One is the CD. We have an Animaniacs CD in here somewhere. I wish the CDs were easier to see, but I know it's an Animaniacs Christmas. Here it is. Up here. There it is. And I have a one item out here in tote R down here. And we have some turtles that are going. Okay, they're supposed to be in here. Here they are. These guys. Now I made my little recording studio bit a little bit higher than it was before. So hopefully it'll be easier to film, or for you guys to see at least. I moved it a little bit higher off the ground. So we'll see. I just have them on some wire baskets, so they're probably gonna move a little, but I want to get the right height before I like make something, you know. I want to test things out to see how high it should be. So anyway, what we have to package up today, we have this Animaniacs CD, and this sold for $5.99 with free shipping. So, someone is going to have an Animaniac Christmas. There we go. Package that right up. These are nice and quick and easy. We'll see. We've had these turtles here online for a long time. I'm glad they finally sold. There we go, Animaniacs. Now, these turtles, these are going to have to go into a box, because I don't want any of their parts to break. They should fit in an 8x6 by 4 if I package them correctly, I would think. So this Raphael, if I remember, I think he flips. I don't remember how to do it now, and I don't want to break him. But I'm pretty sure, oh, I think he goes to the side. Oh, okay, ready? if I remember correctly, he didn't work very well. And then this one, whoop.
Sorry, little guy.
Aren't those fun? They don't land very well, but they're fun to play with. I just want to put some padding between his little balance nunchucks there on the back. And his feet. He doesn't need to be perfect because obviously they're not going to be too breakable with the way the toy is designed. But I just don't want anything to snap off in the mail. So we'll put him in there. This guy will be easier because he's just a straight shot. So Michelangelo is making life easy for me. Raphael, not so much. There. There we go. Like that. Put them right in there. There we go. They should be nice and safe in there. Holiday tissue paper. All right, I'm going to print off those labels and put them out for the mail. Good Friday morning. We have a couple of things we need to pack up this morning. All right, the first item out of F2 is the McDonald's Party Whistle Set.
There's a big lot of these built up. I don't even know how they accumulated so many.
And then out of Tote I, we need the Mr. Peabody and Sherman plush.
I see them right on the top here.
And there we go.
Out of this one?
Yeah, and out of there, we need the Twilight Sparkle and Fluttershy 2-piece.
Must be this one.
There we go. All right, we will start up with this Sherman and Mr. Peabody plush set. This sold for $19.99 with free shipping. This will be pretty easy. I'm just going to put this into a poly mailer and ship this off. I mean, there isn't really much needed in this. You just put it in the bag, tape it shut, weigh it, and print the label. Easy peasy. Stuffed animals are the best. Little plushes, they're so easy. They're right up there with DVDs and CDs. If you could get the little pull tab off. There we go. I'm going to put some tape around all three of these edges. And I'm doing that just to keep the poly mailer closed together a little bit better, because I think that these particular bags can kind of sometimes get caught in the sorting equipment if there's too many flappies hanging out. I don't know if that's true or if that's just something I made up in my mind, but I'm going to keep it there in my mind and continue packing my items like this, just so that I know that they don't get torn open, or they have a less of a possibility of getting torn open. So that one is all done. Next up, we have these My Little Pony Hershey Kisses figures. They sold for $6.99 plus shipping. These came with like 2 or 3 chocolate kisses in these containers, along with these ponies. These are some of our doubles. So we decided to sell the doubles, and I'm going to wrap these up into the bubble wrap. I don't know if I really needed to do this, I don't know if the person who ordered these wanted the containers too or just the ponies, but just to be safe, I put them in bubble wrap and in a box.
Out of those boxes?
Nope. I just bought some more, so I have plenty of boxes. And I bought this nice fancy tissue paper. Holiday design. I'll put some more tissue paper on the top of this box as well. Whoop, sorry. I hit the camera. And there we go. That one is all set to go out. Okay.
Okay, with these whistles, I thought they would be able to fit into a flat rate mailer, but I don't know if I actually measured it.
Oh, these will fit. No problem. Look, there's so much room. Plenty.
Nice. Are you going to put like bubble wrap over it or something?
Yeah, I'll contain it with some bubble wrap first. And then I'll put it in the mailer. I'll do my two pieces.
All those are like solid pieces of plastic.
Yeah.
Unless this thing gets run over by a truck, but I don't think it's going to break.
Which sometimes I think they do get run over by trucks.
At least this time we'd be covered because it's a priority.
True.
We might be covered.
Maybe.
Out of the about 5 or 6 times we filed a post office insurance claim, I think we are only approved once.
Yeah.
We have horrible luck.
Yeah. And that was the only time it was approved was one where the post office had delivered it with the little note saying, "I'm sorry this was damaged in transit." Like that was, so I think that's the only reason. It's a little whistle baby burrito. There we go. These must be the older style. These don't look like the same ones as the ones I've been using. I found a little stash of older ones the other day.
Well, that could be it. I just pulled it out of this pile over here.
Yeah. They redesigned them. These felt different.
Oh, those a newer one or an older one?
Older one. If you grab one out of that box up there on the thing, you can tell the difference.
Oh, yeah. They're a lot lighter weight. They're not as stiff as these.
Yeah, they feel different, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. These ones seem more high quality, these ones that I'm using right now, as opposed to the ones they have currently. There we go. I'll print off my labels and I'm done for the day. Good Saturday morning. It is time to package up our last 2 items of the week. So we just have 2 things going out this Saturday morning. We have this coffee mug, so I get to wrap up another coffee mug for you guys. And this DVD right here. Season 1 of Lonesome Dove. I loved this series. I remember watching it when I was younger, Lonesome Dove. And I really liked it. I had it on, I think I had it on a VHS, like I recorded off TV. Or maybe I just watched, I don't remember. But it brings back memories. So we'll pack up a Lonesome Dove first. Now this one sold for $6.99 with free shipping. And so this is pretty quick and easy. Just throw it in an envelope and tape it shut. It's so funny that I'm doing another mug so soon after the last mug, but this was a Mickey mug and it sold for $15.99 plus shipping. And I'm going to use the same method as I did last week wrapping this mug. As you can tell, this one is a lot bigger, but the same thing, it's the same process though. I just stick the little bubble wrap in the handle and wrap it up nice and secure in this bubble wrap. Bubble wrap gets all tangled sometimes. It's so hard to use. It sticks to itself like cling wrap sometimes. This bubble wrap is like a Walmart generic brand that our Walmart no longer has, or very rarely has, the Duck brand bubble wrap. And this stuff, it works fine, but it is super clingy. Like, it just clings to itself like crazy. And it makes it a little bit difficult to work with, but you can't really beat the price. It's a lot less than the Duck brand, and they usually have sales on it, so I can't complain. Now I'm going to bunch it at the bottom and tape it up here so that the bottom is protected. Basically just trying to flatten down all of this bubble wrap, because I don't really need that much on the bottom, but I'm not going to just cut it off. That would be a waste. I could just use this bubble wrap and, you know, just like stick it down with some tape and hold it nice and tight on there. And then it does protect the mug. So it has a function, you know, but you really need to flatten it down so it doesn't take up that much room on the bottom of the mug. Now flip it around and do the same thing on the top. And this is where the cling of this bubble wrap causes issues, because you're trying to put the bubble wrap into the mug, but it just keeps sticking to itself. So it gets a little frustrating. And the bottom, honestly, the bottom of the mug doesn't get a lot of bubble wrap in it, because it doesn't reach that far, so it just gets stuck. But the mug is still safe. You know, it's not gonna break. By the time I'm editing this video, the mug has made it to where it's going, and it was perfectly fine. So we'll wrap this up and tape the top of it. You can see I'm trying to shove the bubble wrap down into the mug, and it's just not working. I barely even need tape to hold the bubble wrap together. So now that it has been bubble wrapped, get that out of the way. Now I'm going to wrap it up in cardboard. It's the same exact process as last week. But if you didn't see last week's ship with me, then you don't know what I'm talking about. So now I'm wrapping this up. I'm using a 6x4x4 box that I got from eBay. So the cardboard is nice and solid, but you can really use any cardboard box. Just make sure it has some strength to it. You don't want to use the really soft cardboard cheap boxes that you can get at stores sometimes that are like almost like paper instead of actual cardboard, you know? So I'm wrapping this twice with the tape to keep the flap shut, because there's only a little bit overhang. Now I'm going to take the scissors and cut down where all of the creases are in the cardboard. And now all of the creases are pretty much cut, and then I also cut along that long piece there. And now I'm going to fold them all over on top of the mug, and I have my piece of tape ready to tape down all of these flaps, because they do not want to stay down. They fight you. You know, they don't want to fall. They don't want to close. You know, there's a lot of cardboard piled up on top there. It's a very, you need some tape. You need to really stick it down with tape, because the cardboard does not like that position that it is in. But the tape works. You know, that's what it's there for. And it works. And then we do the same thing to the bottom. Am I going to add another piece of tape? Yeah, I'm going to add another piece of tape on this side. And then I'll flip it over and tape up the other side the same exact way. There we go. Now I have my little mug burrito, and I'm going to put it in a USPS, a flat rate, a bubble padded mailer right there. And these, you know, they have a lot of room in the mailer after putting these little coffee mug burritos in there. What I'm going to do is tape up the bag a little bit to make it smaller and more like the size of the coffee mug burrito. Now, taping this up, it isn't very pretty. And you can very easily just leave it, you know, like a regular padded envelope style. You know, you don't have to do what I'm doing right here. I just do it, I don't really know why I do it. I'm having issues on this corner with this flap. I can't figure out what I'm doing. But anyway, I don't know why I do it. I just feel like it's better. I don't know. You don't have to. So I'm going to finish wrapping this up like a little burrito. And then I'm going to print off my labels. And that is it for this week's Ship With Me. Thank you for joining me this week again. And it seems like you guys are liking these, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And next video is not going to be a Ship With Me, believe it or not. I have a handheld gaming device video coming out, so keep an eye on the channel, subscribe, and that will be coming out in a few days. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.